What's up, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Geek with my fellow hosts, Cocaine, also known as Kadri, the Kadrilorian Strikes Back, and Danny, Mr. Papaguchis and IG, and I am your other host, Brian of Make Mine Marvel Legends. We are here tonight to talk Star Wars. Is Star Wars back?
Star Wars
back on the big screen. Well, let's break it all down for you. But before we do, let's give a special shout out to our sponsor,
Turbo Toy.
Turbo Toy, located in beautiful Prospect Heights, Illinois, right near the Randhurst Shopping Center, just down the street. And also, Danny, take it away.
This episode also brought to you by Mr. Wade's Pop Culture and Collectibles, located in Westmont, Illinois. Go check them out, everybody, guys. They're the best.
And they're also on eBay, so make sure to check them out. I apologize, we're running a few minutes late tonight, guys. I just literally got done with back-to-back baseball, well, both games going on at the same time. So I literally raced from the end of the game over to home. I even have my pizza because I haven't had a chance to eat. What is with the feedback? Anybody else hearing feedback?
I hear feedback, yeah.
Yeah, I hear feedback too, but I don't know who it is. Hold on. Let me mute and see if you still get feedback.
Now?
When I talk, do you hear anything?
Nope.
Danny, talk?
Nope. I'm talking.
Yeah, nothing. It must be you.
I'll try now. Now I'm going to try.
How about now?
Yeah, it's probably you. That's okay. We'll move along. All right. So before we get into all the action, we'll do all our normal things that we do of going through our pickups for the week and quick rundown of just anything important going on through the week. So who wants to start off this week?
I don't have any pickups, but I do have something.
All right. Well, go ahead. Show it off.
Something different behind me?
You have a bookshelf behind you with a bunch of background. Yeah.
Had it all set up today.
Oh, with all the Star Wars goodies and Spider-Man. Nice. Love those Spidey posters. Very nice.
Jeez. I've had this for a long time.
Yes, I've seen your cosplay with the Casey Jones. Very nice.
And then I got my first editions right here. May as well display them today of all days.
Well, obviously, you'll be very excited to talk about the Hasbro Pulse live stream.
I don't think I'm going to be that excited. Right, Kadri?
No, you're not.
Okay, well, I'm excited to hear all about it. Well, very cool. Way to go on setting up a backdrop. It's only taken Kadri 6 months, and at least we got an X-Men 97 poster up.
That's the best you're gonna fucking get. Deal with it.
You can at least show all your boxes or empty boxes or boxes of boxes on boxes with boxes on top of boxes.
Yep, but that's it. I got also these first editions.
Are you trying to strangle me through the camera?
A little bit.
All right. Can you at least face the camera and act like you give a shit?
I am facing the camera.
You're like side profiled. Like, excuse me while I bite my nail.
How'd you guys like the background?
Hangnail, fucker. Dude, I'm just giving you a hard time. Jesus Christ. Mr. We have to spoil it. Fuck anybody who hasn't seen it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
The way I thought the conversation went, you're like, I'm not comfortable giving spoilers, because I like to suck everybody's dick, and make them happy.
No, I just am a firm believer it's usually a good idea to wait more than a week before you do spoilers, but we gave warning, so all's good in love and war. So,
all right.
I gotta be a nice guy and I get called a pussy bitch. So whatever. All right. Kadri, what you got for this week? I know you probably have a truckload of things you want to show off.
Well,
I am here. I'm just moving it to the side so everyone doesn't watch me eat my dinner. Oh, wait.
Well, I said I was going to slow down on comic books, except to pick up whatever I had in my pulls. So these are the remaining stuff I had. So it's Spider-Man and Superman. This random cover.
That's a cool one.
The Virgin cover.
You like those, huh?
To be honest, I don't even know why I picked it up because I'm like thinking one day I might bump into Jim Lee and have him draw this for me.
The day you run into Jim Lee, you won't have that with you to have him do anything with it.
Just my
I hope I'm there to see it.
and then there's this wraparound cover for Superman and Spider-Man.
All those covers were killer.
And then I got the Spider-Man, Superman, Civil War looking cover. This is the newer one shot.
Uh-huh.
The Marvel one shot.
Yep.
And then I got this cover here for another Superman, Spider-Man cover.
Nice.
Are
these all the second printing ones?
No, these were all first prints. I just they just held it for me for a while. And then I don't know why I picked this up. It was just random. I saw it there. It was just
it's a badass cover.
Huh?
That's a great cover.
It's a badass cover.
Yeah, and it's actually a Jim Lee cover too.
It's a one shot. I got it too. Is it a thicker book?
Yeah, it's a thicker book.
Yeah, I got it too.
But it's a Jim Lee cover, so it's like, all right.
Like I said, it's a badass cover.
And then I got the latest issue of Mega Man X #3. I got all the cover and all its variant covers.
Nice.
So hold on. And then that's the other cover.
So are you out now after this?
No, I still have some more left. I just stuck to a certain budget, and they're just cool enough to let me get away with it. But this
do they give you a limit on how much you have to order to have a pull list?
No limit. But the thing is, I'm cool with the guys over there at Newberry, so shout out to them.
No limit.
Is that another Super Nintendo cover?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Cover. My theory is that for issue 4, my theory is that they're going to do the Mega Man X4 cover as the incentive.
Well, can't you just look it up?
I haven't found anything. That's the thing. So it's like I haven't really found anything yet, and these incentive covers are usually you don't really know until it shows up.
That's true.
So, and then I got this really awesome foil Batman issue with Ra's al Ghul.
Is that the repro, like the reprint?
Yeah, the reprint.
What do they call those? I forget.
The reprint, facsimile reprint.
Facsimiles, that's what it is.
And this is Justice League of America 75 foil cover. And then for some reason, like, I'm not a big Barbara Gordon fan. It's just, for some reason, this cover looks really good. It's the Barbara Gordon Breakout #1 foil cover.
Nice.
Looks really good. And then lastly, and when I saw this, I initially passed on it, but then I saw it again and I was like, you know what? I think I should grab this.
That's sick.
So
that's a good one.
Yeah. So I mean, that's as far as comics, that's everything. Now, as far as figures are concerned, ironically, now that I got Captain Marvel, I got another one of her, so I could do the other head. So that,
I actually have 2 of those also.
Yeah, so we talked about this. Remember me? I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get another one of these just so I could just pop the other head on it." And you're like, "Shit, I'm gonna do the same thing too." I'm like, "See?"
Yeah, I was for some reason I was gonna pop it out right now because I know it's somewhere here next to me, but can't remember where I put it.
I got these 2, believe it or not, for $10 a piece at Target because
damn.
Yeah, they were on
figures.
They're on clearance, but they were in salvage. But they knew they was on clearance, so they're like, "We'll just give it to you $10 each." I'm like, "Oh, okay." They're usually pricks about it, but they're not.
I was hoping to find another Budo for cheap, or I was waiting on the cop because like all my stores had tons of them. The second they hit clearance, though,
gone. Well, the funny thing is, I kept finding them on clearance. I got to one point, it went down to $12.50, and I grabbed them. I grabbed like 2 more, And then I found this other one, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, now I'm done army building the Budos.
I mean, it just you could at least make 2 of them out of it. So
Technically, you could make 3.
well, I mean, for me, I wanted 2 because of
Right, the way
wanted.
the armor's configured.
Yeah.
And then I got this guy.
Nice.
So that's, and then a few more things I have here. Oh, I found this was on sale at Target. I had to get it, man, because it's like,
Wolverine.
yeah.
We
What's
both
the
were
other
like,
one?
Wolverine.
What's the other one next to it? Is
It's
that
either
Magneto?
Batman or Wolverine.
It was Sentinel, and then I
Shit.
finally picked this guy up because I saw the reviews and it had a cloth wired cape. I was gonna pass on this, but then when they said,
I think it looks great.
yeah, it looks great. It's just I wasn't a big fan of the head scope, but then they were like, oh, it has a cloth wired cape and everything, and I'm like, you know what?
Is that the Man of Steel?
Yeah, that's from no BVS.
Oh, okay.
I did find Vigilante, both versions. I passed. I couldn't bring myself to spend $35 on it.
You should get the platinum one at least because that has the JLU colors.
No, I mean, I wanted to, but I was like, I just can't do it. Just $35.
I got Gong Studios Hush Batman. Essentially, what these are like 1/12 scale Mezco style figures, but the articulation on them are not terrible. But it's just like the thing is, it's just like this. The way they made the suit, it's kind of I like how they make it tighter on the compared to what Mezco does it because a lot of times.
Which these aren't the ones that are popping up at Walmart, are they?
No. Those are Beast Kingdom. Those are 8 inches.
Are those good figures?
They're a mixed bag. I'll be honest with you. They're a mixed bag. But
I was kind of on the fence, but I was like, do I really need another version of the same thing I've already had 5 times? Like,
they're better than the NECA ones. I'll tell you that much.
Really?
The NECA ones are pretty much statues.
Well, a lot of NECA figures are
with cloth goods. So, and then you know how much I love the Street Fighter. So I got the Storm Collectibles M Bison from Ultra Street Fighter 2. These are not 1/12 scale figures, just so you know. They're closer to like 1/10 scale. But okay. I've been like I haven't gotten every strange thing is with Jada, I've bought every single Street Fighter figure they've ever made. But with Storm, I was kind of like picking and choosing between stuff. But yeah. And I was at Goodwill, and I had found a couple of good wrestling figures. But the one that really stood out here is a very old RVD figure. I used to have this a long time ago, but I ended up selling it. He doesn't come with all his accessories, but at this point, like, I really didn't care. I'm like, you know what? As long as I have the figure.
Yeah, I mean, he's got fists and or hands and everything else. So what's the difference?
Yeah,
not drawn on or anything, so you're good.
So the only other accessory that was missing, I think it was the trash can.
I mean, listen, were you going to be hunting him down anyway?
Well, I got the Legends one that came out. That was a Target exclusive recently.
Yeah, but again, were you hunting him down? So to find him at Goodwill for a couple bucks, a good find.
Well, the thing was, I wasn't even hunting for him because...
Well, that's what I just said. It's not like you were hunting for him in the first place. So to find him for a couple bucks, it's a win.
Yeah, so... But the strange thing is, with this is, like, the most hilarious thing about it is that when I saw him, I was like, damn, this figure goes for like $70. And now I found it for $10 because Goodwill is raising their prices. Before, their figures used to be like $6. Now it's like $10.
Yeah, I've noticed it's so hit or miss.
So very hit or miss. But, and then the last thing, I'm preparing it right now as we speak, that I've gotten, and I would like to probably deep dive more with this figure later as we talk about our reviews of things, is my local GameStop ended up having this guy, which is the Lord Starkiller
from the Force Unleashed.
Right. So, and this figure, it has its issues. It's not perfect by any means, And when I mean not perfect, meaning it like the thigh, the hip articulation on this thing is very, very limited.
Of course it is.
Very limited. But you can still get him in some not like you could still get him in some decent dynamic poses.
Well, I mean, he really should be really flexible considering how flexible Sam Witwer makes the character in the games. Like they make him do a lot of acrobatic type stuff.
Correct.
Even the way he jumps up from when he hits the floor. I mean, he does that standard,
But again, it's and like I said, the cloth goods on the wire on this figure is pretty decent. It's just again, the problem is because the articulation is so limited on this thing. It's like sometimes it's hard to get him to stay in certain poses.
Yeah, he looks badass though.
He looks badass. Don't get me wrong, but again, it's just one of those things where you're like, come on, man, like guys, like really. So, and the lightsabers don't really hold that well in his hands because again, the way that his hands are shaped. But a lot of people have him with like one hand with his hands open and then the other one with, like me, I like to dual wield. I like my guys to dual wield. So, except for in the cases of Vader. But I mean, overall, like this figure is not worth $45.
I didn't think it was in the first place. That's why I didn't order it. And my affinity for getting Sam Witwer figures. So
well, the thing is, my thing is, it's like Starkiller figures are few and far in between, and it's the only reason why I picked it up. And on top of that, I also had like $15 in GameStop points.
Well, I mean that helps, but like you say that about Starkiller figures, and is that figure alone? Yes, that's true. But for the most part, what the fuck with the echo? For the most part, they come in waves. Like back in the day when he came out, he came in like the Legacy 3-pack, he came in a single pack, he came in a comic pack. Like he had all these different versions that all came out within like the same 2 years, and now it seems like it's doing that again.
Well, the thing is, we never got him in 6-inch form. We got him in 3 3/4 inch.
Well, that particular one, true.
So, and again, we only had
form recently twice.
Well, think about it like this: we've only had one Black Series regular like 2 releases, right? The Comic-Con exclusive and the retail release. And the Comic-Con exclusive one went on sale at some point. He was done, but that regular retail release, he wasn't distributed very well.
No,
it got to the point where people he had such high demand that they ended up re-releasing him. I think it was, if I remember correctly, last year.
Yes.
So again, like I said, they're few and far in between. But at the end of the day, like for me, I wish they would have added more like Force Lightning effects to it. If they gave him more Force Lightning effects, that would have been cool. A few other accessories I could think of, because it's like if you're gonna give me a whole bunch of different lightsabers, I'm like, dude, those same lightsabers I could just grab off of other figures that I've had.
And that's true, but I mean, the whole point of him is that he was keeping them as trophies, like Grievous, that kind of thing.
Understood, but my whole point is, it's like I'm gonna only dual wield
kind of part of the costume. That's the point.
Like I would only dual wield 2 of these.
Listen,
I figure out some way where
you also know Star Wars collectors, though. If they didn't include them, they would be bitching to high hell about them.
Understood, but for $44, they should have included more. Like for me, this figure,
$44. I mean, it shouldn't have been. A few lightsabers should not cost an extra $15.
And people are like, "Oh, bro, it's the cloth wired. It's the cloth goods wired on the skirt." I'm like, "Oh, fuck you." That to me,
Bullshit.
that's just the most idiotic galaxy bird brain thing to say.
Oh,
you're a fucking moron.
bullshit.
And also, yeah, and you'll get a kick out of this, Danny. Remember our favorite toy reviewer, the moronic hybrid?
Oh God.
Apparently, this jackass didn't like this figure because of the cloth goods.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Now, I will give him this. So the one critique he had was this thing here. So
I'll give him that.
that part I'll give him. But other than that, this is really good. Like the wires on this thing is thick too, and it poses very well. Now the question is, how much shelf life is this going to have? So again, like I said, mileage is going to vary on people's liking of this figure, because if you're paying full price for this, you're gonna have buyer's remorse. Now, are you gonna play clearance chicken on this? Probably not a good idea.
Listen, I've bought plenty of rare figures that were not great figures, but they were rare. So the buyer remorse is real either way. I mean, something being expensive doesn't always mean it's great. It just means it was harder to get than something else.
Well, again, you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it from the perspective of, like, is this gonna be something I'm gonna wanna? Is this gonna be something I'm gonna want to deal? Like, am I okay spending this much on a figure? Because here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, we've all spent extra money on figures we feel wasn't worth the price, right? Because I can tell you right now, I can name a couple of figures I spent way more than I should have on them, but I ended up doing it because it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. So, and that's just, again, people gotta it. Like, for me, like, I had enough points to get them down to like almost close to retail, which I ended up at.
And it's a valid point, but that same money could have been used for something else.
What, you mean the points?
Yeah, they could have been used on anything. Like, I have a lot of friends that will give me that excuse when they feel guilty about overspending or buying something at GameStop, and it's like, well, in fairness, you could have used it on something else that wasn't overpriced. I mean, that's just a personal. But anyway,
well, let's
move forward, because we've been on this for like 10 minutes. So,
all right.
What else you got? Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
No, I mean, we have a lot to talk about, so I just don't want to get too hung up. God, that echo is driving me nuts. All right, so for me,
did I jump off and jump back on?
You can try if you want. We can try it.
All right, let me jump off and jump back on.
I mean, I'm not making it when you and I talk, right, Danny?
Nope, it definitely was him.
All right, yeah, it's driving me every time I talk. It's like all robot-y.
This is for Kadri right here.
Ooh, it's better than a snap, I guess. I'll get mine set up and ready to go.
I should get him with one of these too.
All right, he's back. Let's see where he's at. Are we still vibrating? I don't hear it as of yet. Let's hope it stays away. Can you hear us, Cad?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
All right, so as of right now, there's no static, so good. Real quick. Baby Yoda. Jeff, my name is. I don't know
it's
how you
fucking
really...
Grogu. Get it right, ho.
Hey, be happy that he even stopped by. He's not a Star Wars guy.
Just for you.
Yeah.
How would you do kind of the my name is Jeff, but in Yoda? My name is Jeff.
It's fucking Grogu. Grogu it is.
I think you mean Jeff. My name is
Jeff. My name is. Yeah. My name. All right. Anyway,
how would you say Kadri in whatever language fucking Jabba the Hutt speaks?
All right.
Oh, you mean your home language?
They wanna. All right, here we go. Picked him up today. Haven't seen him as of yet, so I was excited to find him.
Where's that?
Zap.
Oh, Zap. Okay.
Classified Zap on the retro card. Also picked up one of these, which I'll probably be army building. This is the basic line of the Skelly Knights.
Oh, those.
Very
Well,
cool.
aren't they making a Chronicles one?
Yes, but again, $10 to $26, $7. I'll happily build a bunch of these. I don't need them to be ginormous. These actually go better with my Origins figures. But I'll get the Chronicle ones too.
No, here we go again.
Yeah, of course it's starting again. Fucking New York bullshit. All right, then I got Power Glide
Wait, what are we saying? New York bullshit again?
with your Echo. It's all that New York state of mind. Did I hurt his feelings? I also got this guy.
Ah, nice.
Very excited. I've been very hesitant. I've been wanting to open him, but I haven't really had a lot of time anyway. And then just off the press, Bullseye Muse.
Yeah, mine should be coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually you and I get ours within a day of each other. So, but I'm super stoked about this one. Very excited. And I don't know if you guys heard, but the Secret Wars figures are hitting too.
Well, I got mine a long time ago. I just never opened them.
You got your Secret Wars ones?
Yeah, not from Pulse though, from Entertainment Earth.
Well, why didn't you show them off on one of the lives?
Well, they're sealed in a box. I haven't had time to open it yet, but I've been seeing the reviews for Daredevil, and man, what a disappointment.
Really? Everyone I've seen has been raving about
it. Yeah, but the thing is, apparently they took articulation points off from that one. So it's a lesser version of the Renew Your Vows body.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, no toe hinge.
The only thing I heard people complaining about was the people wanted to be able to take off the red lines that are on his boots, which is what were on his boots in the original figure, which is why they're there. That's the only thing I've been hearing people bitch about. I thought they showed him the toe hinge.
If you watch Just Jay Hernandez's review of him, he pretty much breaks it down articulation wise.
Interesting.
Because apparently it has no drop downs and no toe hinge.
Great. Well,
so it's like, really?
That sounds like a Hasbro thing because,
and this is the shit that pisses me off. It's like, you motherfuckers, people have been requesting that Daredevil for a long time. And they were. But yet you give us a lesser version of that shit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Because they needed to save the money so they can put it in a shield that nobody wants.
Exactly. And I'm like, you're going to give us an inferior product.
I mean, in fairness, that's the point of the line. And once you watch a review, you can make the decision not to get it. But if you pre-ordered it, I can see where you'd be upset because I swear he looked like he had toe hinge in.
I did pre-order it. I pre-ordered it for that specific reason because
did you see the toe hinge before you pre-ordered it?
Did I see the toe hinge? No. Yes. How are you going to see it when they announced it?
Well, in the way they pose it. That's why I'm asking. Like, did you order it because you saw the toe hinge and you went, "Oh"?
No, they literally said this is essentially the Daredevil on the Renew Your Vows body. That's all.
Well, did they say essentially?
What do you mean?
Did they say essentially?
What the fuck are you, the defense lawyer? Like,
no, but I'm saying, did they say essentially? Because essentially and is are two different things.
I'm saying
I'm not defending them. I'm asking you. I'm not putting the bag on you. I'm asking you, did you order the figure because
they said Renew Your Vows? All I heard was Renew Your Vows, and I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be the Renew Your Vows Daredevil, the Daredevil in the Renew Your Vows body, but with the toy accurate paint.
I will tell you
pretty much what they described.
I ordered it because it's a new version of a classic figure that I love, and because it's Daredevil. I didn't give a shit what articulation it came with. To me, I feel like you get those special figures, and then they dangle them in front of your face like like you're gonna get them again, and then it's always something like this. And it's like every fucking time. The only way you're going to get that one back again is when they make Maximum Daredevil. Mark my words.
And the other thing is when they put out that Spider-Man, that shitty half symbiote Spider-Man, which they should have just given us a regular fucking Spider-Man. That was intact. So, what the fuck?
So that is a Renew Your Vows Spider-Man?
Yes, that is.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying if you ordered it based off the fact you thought it was that, unless they specifically told you that, it's hard to blame.
No, they didn't. That's the thing. They said that for those that missed out on the on that 3-pack Daredevil on the Renew Your Vows body, this is another chance for you to get it.
Then yeah, I could see where you're upset. Unless they said essentially.
It's like it's the dumbest thing ever. But anyway.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like every time a new Daredevil comes out, somebody's majorly bitching about something. I'm not saying you're not justified. It's just when they gave us the 3-pack one, everyone complained that it came in a 3-pack. When they gave it to us again in the VHS 2-pack, they complained because of the cell shading.
Yeah, because they can't do cell shading to save their life. The only thing that's a saving grace for them is McFarlane does it fucking worse.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait to see what Mattel does.
Listen, man. Like, I'll be honest with you. When Anthony's Customs did his review on the Motu figures, I clapped the entire time because I'm like, finally, somebody was honest about these fucking figures instead of fucking sucking Mattel's dick about it. Because again, like I said, the line has potential, but they're...
Why would they be sucking Mattel's dick?
Because again, none of these fucking reviewers, except for a couple, mentioned the issues.
What are we talking? Are we talking about Daredevil or are we talking about He-Man?
I was talking about He-Man for a second. We're on a tangent about fucking companies fucking up figures.
Are you going back to this shit about how you think everybody's a fucking shill?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh. Back to the shills. Back to Rita and her big old shills. All right. Well, those were my pickups, so I don't need to be enlarged anymore. Let's go over.
Did I ruin it for you?
Let's go over the reveals. I just don't want to rehash the same shit. I don't feel the same way as you. I do believe some people are straight up shills, and other people I feel just listen. It's an opinion. It's just like listen. I'll make it real simple. It's just like watching the news. Okay. It's pretty simple and drawn out. If you're a Democrat, you're probably watching MSNBC. If you're a Republican, you're probably watching Fox News. These both are out there to make you happy so that you find what you like and you get the news you want. It's the same with the toy tuber. Find the people that speak to you. You found this guy, he speaks to you? Okay. But the guys I watch,
that's not the point. The
guys I've watched have many times said, this isn't for me. That's enough for me to say that's not great and make me second guess whether I'm going to get it. I've had plenty of toy tubers say, I don't like it, and I've gone and bought it, and I've enjoyed it. And again, I'm going to end up getting what I want anyway, either because I'm a completionist or because it's my favorite character or whatever else. But I'm not purely basing whatever I'm getting off of, one person's opinion.
Well, that's why I don't watch just one person.
That's why I don't either. But again, if you're expecting them to make a decision for you, I think you're making bad decisions in the first place.
I'm not expecting anyone to make a decision. What I expect is when you do a review, you have to do this review objectively and tell the truth. Don't sit there and glaze over things that are...
But again, you're getting angry, and I'm not trying to make you angry, but you also are quick to judge that everybody sees things exactly the way you see them, and that's why there are different YouTubers and people follow different people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Okay? I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm saying not everyone... I've told you myself, the reason I don't review is because I don't see everything that you see. That's part of why we are doing this show together, because I don't know all the intricate things that you see in articulation. I see figure, I say, this looks like Sandman. Yeah, that looks like Sandman. I don't know why they gave him all this crap. It's kind of annoying, but it is a kid's toy, so it's kind of fun. But at the end of the day, I hate the stupid pose. You will sit here and be like, I don't like the toe articulation and this does, and his tongue and his hands don't move. And I'm not making a funny voice. I'm making it for effect. I'm not saying that's how you sound. But I don't like how his arm only goes sideways here. And yes, I'm doing a Todd McFarlane. And there's no elbow crunch. And he's got no knee bend, but he goes side to side. But he comes with the stupid backpack. But the backpack really moves. Again, this is why different people have different opinions. I just don't think it's fair to bag on everybody because they don't see things the same way you do. That's like saying
Thank you.
It's very blanketed. And you do get very angry about it, like everyone's purposely doing it to shill and to just get free shit. I don't agree with that. I think it's nice that they get free shit. I think a lot of people, like we do, spend a lot of time and money trying to bring people, good, a good show and talk about things that matter to them. For some people, they don't give a shit, and other people, they're glued in and they're commenting or they're whatever. The point
and your statements miss the whole entire fucking
does
point.
not miss the point. You just want to argue with me about it. It's not missing the point. You just want to argue about
the entire point of everything I said.
What is your point then? Please help me understand, because every time we bring this up, you just get angry and you're mad at everybody because they're being shills and they're sucking Hasbro's or Mattel's dick. That's what you tell me every time. But that's not true. You're talking about people you say I watch that I know for a fact because I listen to them daily. Like every week I tune into their shows and listen to them while I'm at work or whatever else. And I hear them say, this sucks or this is not good or it's not for me. Or yes, like the slime pit just got announced. They brought up a bunch of great things about it and they're excited for it and that they added this, that, or the other. But the price is a little high, but it doesn't matter to them. They're going to get it anyway. Is that not objective? Again, it's objective, but again, I don't know. You're saying I'm missing the point. I don't want to aggravate you by saying I'm missing the point, but I didn't mean to get into this rant about it. I just don't want to keep rehashing the same thing. I don't agree. And I think it's fair to say.
Hey, how about I save everybody the fucking trouble? I won't bring it up ever again, and then we can move on. How about let's move the fuck on now?
Are you taking your ball and going home?
Yes, I'm taking my ball and going the fuck home. Now let's move on to the reveals.
So having opinions, okay.
Oh, we're finally getting to the reveals?
How about go fuck yourself too, you fucking Papa Goat Cheese bitch ass motherfucker? Let's go.
Okay, Mr. Mandalorian.
All right, so first things up are vintage collection. Oh my god, fucking echo.
Mute yourself.
What?
Mute yourself so we don't get none of that.
You know what? I'm just gonna drop off.
Why? Seriously?
Really?
All right. So, Danny, what do you think about Embo?
See, I don't know much about this character because, what is he from the Clone Wars, if I'm not mistaken, specifically?
I don't know specifically. The first time I saw him was in the movie.
Yes, same for me. But I did hear he was in the Clone Wars.
Sorry.
So, and I've only watched a little bit of the Clone Wars. I was trying to get into it. I watched like maybe the first 4 episodes plus the movie. So I'm still kind of on in the back burner at the moment. But from what I'm understanding, he's from there. He's okay. He didn't say much. I don't know if he says much in the Clone Wars.
He was, but you know what? I kind of liked that he didn't say much.
Oh, you like that?
I mean, he was just like, when I think of these mysterious kind of, badass guys, not all of them are telling you their plans like the cliche bad guy kind of thing. They're just, he's there to, get a capture and he's quiet like Mando and he's stealthy and you know what I mean? It just seemed I think it made him more of a badass to say less.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the hound that he had with him did more of the speaking for him, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, you're right. It really did do more.
And honestly, I kind of don't like the fact that he doesn't come with the hound. I feel like they're going to try to sell you the hound
separately.
separately.
Yeah, but you know what? I can see that because that is a vintage collection figure. You know what I mean? I mean, look, here's kind of like a deluxe figure, and it just comes with the Grogu, and where are they going to put the Hound at? You know what I mean? Unless it came with like one of these, then I can see it bringing with the Hound.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like it should have been like that. You know what I mean? It should have been like a 2-pack, like you're showing there,
Yeah,
like a multi-pack. Is he back?
I don't know. Oh, there he is.
Are we back? Okay, I guess so.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We didn't know why you dropped off. He was just saying try muting until you go to talk, so that way it doesn't give the feedback. All right.
Can you guys hear me at all?
We can hear you.
Fine. Can you not hear us? Is that why you keep asking?
Can you hear us?
I guess not. Or maybe he's just checking the mute. I don't know. All right. So I won't ask him his opinion then because I don't know if he's coming back to tell us. I don't know if he can hear us.
Right.
All right. So Zeb, what are your feelings on Zeb for the vintage collection?
I mean, the fact that it's coming for the Mandalorian and Grogu line, great. You know what I mean? I could add him right there. I have the HasLab, what's it called, Razor Crest. I could put him in there now if he fits.
Oh, wow, you got that thing, huh? That's awesome.
Yeah, I got that thing. I mean, and I got it secondhand, literally for the same price that was paid for during the run.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I wanted it. I just was like, I had so many different things coming. I was like, I just can't do it.
I just got it this year.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a future buy because I feel like a lot of people buy HasLabs and then just try to get rid of them for what they paid because they're so expensive. They're hard to move. So I eventually going to try to get that and maybe the Razor Crest. I still want a sail barge, but I don't know if I want to blow that kind of money. Plus, I'll have to buy all the figures for it. It's just like, ugh. But anyway, no, Zeb looks great. He looks like he popped right out of the movie. But that would lead me to my point of in the movie of like he was, without going too far into it because we're going to be talking about it. I didn't find his look in the movie all that great. I thought he was probably the worst looking CGI that I saw in the movie when I thought most of it was pretty brilliant. But I had a kind of an issue with him, but he looks like he popped right out of the movie in the card. And I'm glad that at least they're giving us accompanying figures. Hopefully they won't take all year to come out. I kind of liked what they did with these droids in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
With the super battle droids and the other ones. So I'm happy that they're coming out with them and that they're coming out with them in single packs. They're not like double packs with the main character because I hate when they fucking do that because then it's like, how are you supposed to army build them?
Exactly.
But I like the laser coming out here, like the little club thing. He looks very like, like something you'd see in Jabba's, he's very just ragtag and whatever else. He just looks good. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, great for army building. So I'm already, now that you mention it, I'm already thinking like, yeah, I might pick up a few of these for some army building.
Can you hear us now, Kadri?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now. Yeah, okay. I had to hop off because I went and switched devices. So how does this sound now?
Better.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, so I was using another device. I was using a different device, and then I don't know. Like I
can't get you off the old one though. Oh wait, it doesn't matter.
No, he's gone already.
I'm gone.
It's off the stage, but it's still in my bucket on the. It's hard to explain because you guys don't have the app going. But as long as he's back, that's all I care about. Kadri, what do you feel about these vintage collection figures?
I don't collect them, so I can't say much about them. So.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, how do you think they look? And what do you? How do you think they look, and what do you think of the selection for them?
I mean, if I'm being honest, these will probably end up at Ross at some point, or on Target clearance. Because
all right, so that's fair. Let's go that route. When I ask you guys about it, if you have a feeling on something about them, why don't we just go hit, miss, or clearance, or hit, miss, or Ross? Let's go that route. Like either hit, you'll get them. Miss, you won't waste your time. Or if I see it at Ross, I'll pick it up. How about
that? It's going to be both hit and Ross.
Well, for me, I don't collect them, so I can't really say.
Okay,
But
well,
I have a feeling they're going to hit Ross.
okay, well, all right. So in the future, when I ask that, you'll know what to say. And a hit would be you're going to get it day one. So if it goes to Ross at some point, you would get it anyway.
This is going to be a hit. I mean, Stormtrooper.
Sandtrooper?
Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, you're right.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember which one we were on. But yeah, I mean, the Sandtrooper looks great. He's like the 1500th one they've come out with, but he looks good.
Yeah, definitely.
I literally have like so many different versions of this character, and like all he ever has is like a different ammo pack on his chest or something. So, but you know, as long as they keep trying to make it better, why not? Right? Keep selling it to us for more money than the last one. So is this a hit, miss, or Ross for you?
Hit.
Nice. It's definitely a Ross for me, just because, like Kadri said, I'm not typically a TVC collector, but if I find them for $5 a piece, I'm not going to turn that down. Obviously from Maul Shadow Lord.
Devin.
Yeah, Devin is Zara. Is that her name?
Yes, Devin is Zara.
I just don't know how to pronounce it. But she looks good. I kind of miss, I don't know how you guys feel, but I kind of miss when they put the little sparkly thing at the bottom. You know, where like it looks like it's igniting from the bottom kind of thing. I don't really like the straight blades, but it is more cartoon accurate, I guess. No one's got it. But yeah, I think she looks good. I wasn't a huge fan of her in the show, so she's definitely a Ross for me. What about you, Danny?
Pick up for day one.
Hit. Okay.
Yep.
Kadri, we already know. Isn't this like the fourth time they're doing her, or have they not done her outside of?
Well, I mean, she's also in the Ahsoka TV live action show.
But isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't it pretty much the same figure though? Or is this like, because she doesn't look like she's a cartoon version. She looks like the same thing as the last we got.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, there's also I think when they did the Ghost Has Lab.
Yeah, I think she was part of the Ghost Has Lab too. Yeah, I remember correctly.
Wasn't there somebody missing from it, or two of them missing from it? Maybe I miss.
I don't remember what the figures were that were included.
Okay, well, hit or miss, or Ross.
I think it's a hit.
Yeah, Ross for me. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. All right, let's move to the Black Series. Again, I like what they've done here in the movie with these, and I'll get more into it when we talk about the movie, but it's hard for me to pull the trigger at $27 on this, so it's definitely a Ross for me.
All I got to say about those white boxes is this right here.
Yeah, no, if you're into it, hey, I get it. But they're gonna be in both boxes though, right?
What? Yeah. Yes. But what an absolute pain this was. Like, I was literally begging God, like, please don't do this to me again.
How many? Yeah, we must have hit like what, 5 or 6 Targets and Walmarts between you and me.
Yep.
That Sunday. Like I got
up crazy early. I went to 3 times, my local one.
Yeah, because didn't somebody beat you to them?
No, that was the other one that's kind of like my second local one, I guess you could say. Yeah. So at least I know what to look for next time.
All right, so here we have Embo again, and I think this one looks even better. Just because he's bigger, you get more detail in the face and whatnot. They don't show him with his hat coming off, which I'm kind of hoping it does, so it's more movie accurate.
Yeah, with our luck, that hat won't stay. If it comes off, that thing won't stay on.
Nah, that would be true too. But yeah. I think this is a get for me right off the bat, even though I feel like it'll be like the wolf guy from Skeleton Crew, where like everybody will buy him right away, but he will still end up at Ross. But he's still a get for me. And honestly, I have to give Black Series some credit. I think they heard the cries from a lot of the fans saying there's never movie merchandise when the movie comes out. They did give us a lot of troopers, and we only got like Sigourney Weaver is a star pilot. But at least we had something out there when the movie hit. So at least I give him credit for that, because it was pretty ridiculous when like movies or shows were coming out and there was nothing to accompany it. I mean,
Right.
Well,
I
let's
guess
be
it was
honest.
the case with movies, it was more for the TV shows, but
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. People aren't buying them, so it's like, why release them?
well, at the same time though, they have to release them. It's part of their contract. Number two, you lose all. I mean, the whole reason why Star Wars started to drop off back in the 80s was because there was no movies to accompany it. So if the movie's already gone and already out of theaters and whatnot, and your figures still haven't released, how are you? And again, it hasn't been as much for the movies with Star Wars as it has been the TV shows. But by the time people are done talking about it, you're just finally getting the figures. I mean, it makes it kind of hard to be excited about it and want to jump out and run to the store and go get one if it's not there.
By the
I
way,
mean, I understand that part of it because, like you said, the back in the 80s, we didn't get anything Star Wars related till those 96 re-releases with the special effects. So
95, but yeah.
95, whatever. Yeah.
talking about Power of the Force.
No,
you know what?
I'm talking about the re-release of the films.
I only remember because the re-releases were actually 96. 95 was when the new figures came out though, and I only remember because I was graduating high school and it came out that spring.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know the Power of the Force stuff came out in 95. I'm just talking about, like, because the thing is, they've always had releases of figures
that have accompanied movies.
Yeah, but again, then, and also, I know they had, like, didn't they have Shadows of the Empire figures, too? If I remember correctly?
The Empire came out in 1996, part of the third wave.
So
they did the comic 2-packs and stuff with it and stuff, and
so
the first time they crossed over books as
That
canon.
would probably do well as like an animated show these days.
It would what?
It would probably do well as an animated show these days.
I mean, I can't believe they still haven't done it.
What, Shadows of the Empire?
As like what Danny said, as an animated thing. I understand why you wouldn't necessarily want to do it as like a movie or something like that, because you'd have to recast a lot of main cast. But like, how have they not done at least an animated something with it?
Well, if I remember correctly, isn't it a part of the extended universe and not actually canon?
Oh, so it's Legends now.
Or Legends or whatever.
From as far as I've understood, it has gone back and forth.
It's gone back and forth. But what is it currently? Because the thing is, I kind of feel like they changed their minds like the gust of wind.
And you're exactly right. They have. They constantly do. They say this isn't canon until we bring it back as canon.
Now, but then the other thing is, too, have we seen any recent Shadows of the Empire comics?
No, not that I know of, but I don't follow the comics as closely. I only do most of like the short runs or like one shots with Star Wars.
Yeah,
I don't get into like the Tales of the Jedi or any of that kind of stuff.
Because I know they do novelizations. So,
I mean, again, it just seems like low-hanging fruit to not attack something. I mean, it's a popular version of the story in between Empire and Jedi.
I mean, to be honest, it took us decades to even get freaking Dash Rendar, a Dash Rendar figure. So it's in 6-inch form. So it's like,
did we ever get one outside of the first Shadows of the Empire figure that came out in 96? Did we ever get I don't know if they ever.
You would know more about that than me, my friend.
I fell off in the mid 2000s, so I don't know.
Well, if we're talking mid 2000s, that's when we were in the heat of the prequel trilogy stuff.
Well, no, it was when the Clone Wars cartoon got really big, and pretty much all you saw was like every Target was just stocked to the gills with tons of Clone Wars stuff, and like Walmart mainly had the comic 2-packs in Clone Wars stuff. And a lot of multi-packs and Evolution
Toys R Us too.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember like every time you went, it was almost like the old days where you actually had a shit ton of product on the shelves, but it was like nobody gave a shit. It was so like Star Wars was just at such a point where it was just so overdone, and we weren't getting new movies, so it was just kind of like, okay, what's happening? What direction are we going into? And not a lot of people are both comic, or not so much, but not both animated and film, fans. Like my cousin loves Star Wars movies, but he won't watch the animated shit to save his life. So
My problem with the animated stuff. I tried to get into Clone Wars. I got up to the first 2 seasons, but everybody's like, "Oh, the first 2 seasons were not that great, but from season 3 on, it's really good." And it's just like I just didn't have the desire to be honest. Now, Rebels was a whole other different story. Rebels was
I
so
feel like started off bad. The first 2 seasons really didn't hold me down much. It seemed more like Adventure of the Week kind of stuff.
yeah,
It wasn't until season 3 that I really started to dive into it, and
and
obviously
that's what everybody says.
the last 2 seasons were absolutely brilliant. But
So, but for me, Rebels to me was probably one of the best animated Star Wars shows they've ever done.
yeah, I like that in Bad Batch a lot. I mean, listen, Clone Wars was great. It had a lot because there were so many episodes. It was like the last cartoon to really book out a bunch of episodes per season. So
Yeah, well, I was half tempted to just skip season 1 and 2 and just go straight into 3, but then it's like, do I really? Am I going to understand any? Am I going to miss anything if I do season 1 and 2?
yeah, and that's the tough one because when you start getting in with the stuff with Ahsoka leaving and coming back, there's some great stuff, but you have to kind of sit through a lot of those Adventure of the Week episodes to get to a lot of the good episodes that do all come together that make it a better thing. I'm sure someone on YouTube or somebody on some site has said you just need to watch this episode, this episode, this episode, and this episode to really follow the whole story of what's going on and have it all make sense. But I don't know.
You know what? I might just actually do that and just get an episode list of ones for season 1 and 2 just to kind of breeze through and then just hit season 3.
Okay. I mean, kind of like a skim through version.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because again, a lot of the episodes are just Adventure of the Week for kid kind of stuff where it's like, Jar Jar gets into trouble with something and falls through a window somewhere but saves the day. It's like one of those kind of bullshit things. And it's like, okay, I'm good, thanks.
That's true.
Which is great for kids.
Well,
it's just not for me.
I remember that episode when Jar Jar fell through the window.
I mean, I'm
so
not even making a lie. That actually happened, but it's happened like it actually did happen in one of the episodes. But anyway, let's finish out the figures so we can get into the movie review.
So
we can breeze through. I mean, yeah, this one I really want, so I probably will get him. He probably will be a hit.
Cadre, I'm gonna need your help again.
yeah, no, I know, but for me, I don't know yet because this whole entire wave, like I said, outside of Mandalorian and Grogu, I really didn't have much interest. Like this guy, for me, he didn't feel like a threat.
Really?
He's just like another Mando villain that Mando ends up taking out.
But he actually didn't. Like he did, but he didn't. It's not like he killed him at the end. He did escape.
I get it. It's just I felt like that for me the film. You know what? We'll talk more about it during the review.
Let's save it. Here's Zeb. He's a miss for me. It's a definite Ross for me because he's a deluxe, and I don't really understand why he's a deluxe.
Yeah, my thought is maybe because he's a bigger figure, but he doesn't look that big.
Yeah, it's just like Jar Jar. He's not that big.
I have the Black Series Rebels version, and it does come in a bigger box.
It does, but he's not that much. It goes back to my same thing I bitch about all the time. It's like you're gonna sell us a Jawa at $27. You're gonna sell us a Grogu with a tram for $27, and sell us fucking Zeb for $27.
Yeah.
Sell us a Gamorrean guard for $27, especially someone that's like a troop builder. Like you're gonna sell more of them. Sell them at the regular price. You'll sell more of them.
At least this guy was $10.
Which one? I can't. I'm looking at the which one? Oh,
the little mini. Yeah, he was $10.
Yeah. And it made sense when it was $10. Even then, it was overpriced. He's a little tiny piece of shit plastic.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. But yeah, the fact that they're charging $27 now, it just made me so much happier when I found my Grogu with the tram for $6 at Ross. I really like this trooper. I think this is great, and I love the fact that you can switch him to the normal snowtrooper gear. What are your guys' thoughts?
To be honest, I've been skipping a lot of the troopers, so I'll most likely skip this one too.
I had 2 of each. And apparently, I saw like 2 articles. They're like, "Oh, we now know what exactly is behind the mask of the snowtrooper." I'm like, people have been wondering that for years. It didn't even cross my mind.
I mean, I just figured it was just a kind of a normal stormtrooper helmet, like they
Right.
just kind of put the snow gear over it. That's what I always just kind of imagine. Like it was just a different helmet made for the snow. Like it was like
Yeah.
it's Tamora Maris, whatever his name is. But no, I mean it is kind of cool. I'm a big fan of the snow stuff, so I'm sure I'll
Right.
get
Definitely.
Um,
Marshall from Navarro, Mandalorian season 3, IG-11.
I mean, it looks pretty badass. I like the color
Yeah.
schemes. I mean,
Again, another one. How many IG-11s have we gotten? Like,
this is
3.
technically
With this one is the 3rd one.
Yeah, because the second one was the one with Grogu piloting him,
Yeah.
and this
So-
one's what, 1 episode, 2 episodes?
1 episode and for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So again, for me, if I find them for $5-10, I'll pick them up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, I never got the original one, and then this one, 100.
That's the one that's coming in that little packaging.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's coming in the little packaging, so is he gonna be cheaper? I didn't see that part. I missed that part.
I hope it is. Geez, $10 should be enough for that.
Well, I
No,
do.
it won't be 10. I'm telling you right now, this thing's going to be either 15 to $20. I guarantee you.
When as soon as I'm not even kidding. In the movie, when he picked up that stick, we all knew it was like, okay, he's Yoda now. Okay, great.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Everybody in the theater kept screaming, "Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda," as soon as he picked up that stick. And I'm looking at them, it's like, it's Grogu, you little fucks.
Well, I mean, either way, the first thing that went through my head is, I wonder how quickly they'll get the figure out with the fucking stick. Here we are. I mean,
Yeah, and with the armor, too.
yeah, I mean, I just saw the movie Saturday, and here we are. So,
To be honest with you, that whole entire wave for me is very lackluster. It's just, it's like that whole entire wave. I would not be surprised if they shelf one for a very long time at Target.
well, I mean, the wave right now is shelf forming outside of the, the first edition boxes for the most part. But
Well,
Right.
the funny thing is, the Target Deals eBay account apparently had the Mando and Grogu for like $18.
really,
Yeah,
I know the Mando and Grogu at Target when it initially hit was on sale for $25.
yes.
Brian, you'll help me find the first editions, right, Brian?
I mean, sure. If I see them, I'll let you know right away.
I'll be on everybody's butt that day.
My biggest thing with these reveals, something I was really hoping, and I mean, this can lead us into our discussion about the movie. But hold on, let me remove this. For me, I was really hoping we were going to get one of those Armada Man characters that we've only seen in Star Wars Power of the Force in the back, in the back of Jabba's dungeon. There was Armada Man. You know who I'm talking about? Either of you?
No, actually, no. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Let me find a picture. Hold on. But yeah, so they show him in the movies when the Hutts drop Mando into the pit with the snake. They show that's when the Armada Man guys show up. Let me see if I can find something real quick. But it was a background character, part of the last 17 of the Star Wars Power of the Force original line. And very hard. He was a very hard figure to get. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Here we go.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have some Gamorrean guards with my Book of Boba Fett.
That was one thing I was very disappointed about, was that we didn't have Gamorrean guards by the Hutts. It seemed kind of weird to not have them be a part of the Hutts. But I don't know. I'm probably just being nitpicky.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I didn't care enough to care.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, again, like I said, the Mandalorian movie, well, it's just, there was so much, like, I'll tell you this much. I was pretty much on my phone 80% of the time watching that movie.
Really?
Yeah, that's how much like it didn't grab my attention till towards the end with the fights. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked the movie, but it's just again,
Yeah, it was
Well,
fine.
let's get into it while I try to find this fucking stupid
Yeah.
thing.
like in my opinion, the movie was literally a 2 episode arc in a season that could have that they could have just put on Disney Plus. Like this shit was basically TV movie quality.
It really
I mean,
was.
I kind of agree. And I say kind of. I think some things were a little bit more spectacle, but
The only good thing, the only excellent thing in the movie really is the soundtrack.
see,
I was gonna say that too.
I
And,
thought
like,
the soundtrack kind of pulled me out of it, to be honest. I know
the
everybody was
soundtrack
very
was pretty
into like
good.
the dubstep,
Especially goes when he goes to the planet to go find Jesus, what's the hype
Yeah,
track?
the song that you put on in the ad for the show.
no, I know. I
Yeah,
purposely put it on there because everybody's talking about how much they love it. I really did not. I mean, like I said, I used it because it's popular and because it's what people liked. It just wasn't for me. It was too. I'm like, why do we have dubstep in the Star Wars universe all of a sudden? Like, what's going on?
I mean, it was bound to happen. I honestly, you know what? I was excited for this movie going for like a while. Like that's kind of what like got me back into my love for Star Wars. You know, after a while, I still liked the Mandalorian before that. So
You might
leading
as
to
well
it,
pull a cable and be like, dubstep sucks.
yeah. So like I go and I'm like buying all these freaking Mandalorian stuff just because I was kind of like worried at first that like, man, what if this movie does really well? And then like I really love the Mandalorian. So like I have all the Black Series stuff, all the vintage collection stuff now. Just because I was trying to make sure I had all that. And you know, as time progressed, you know, I was still excited, but as we got really close to the movie, and as I was talking to my friends, they're like, "Man, dude, I'm not sure about this movie." I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I'm starting to feel the same. I'm not really seeing a lot of hype for this movie and everything. And then we got to the movie, and it was just about what I. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, we're here. I'm just trying to
Gotcha.
indigging you
Oh,
since
gotcha.
you're
And like, it was just about basically what I expected. You know what I mean? It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. And that's exactly, it was literally season 4 right here, you know, just kind of crunched up into one movie. I think it could have been a little better, like with Embo right there. I was like, man, you know what would have been, I thought like it'd be kind of cool if like you get to see Mando in his Durasteel outfit again, and this Embo guy is like something that happened just before the beginning of season 1, episode 1 of The Mandalorian. But obviously that didn't turn out, you know, that was
What
just
you
my
know what?
opinion.
You know what would have made the movie better if Embo turned out to be a disgraced Mandalorian.
I could agree with that. I totally could agree with that.
Like if he was a like if he was a Mandalorian, he used to be a Mandalorian, and then somehow his mask came off, and then they kicked him out.
My only issue with that is you can tell he's some sort of different alien species.
Yeah. So, but again,
that would be my only different my only like, okay, well that doesn't really make sense because you can tell he's not a Mandalorian. But I mean, I get what you're saying, and I would agree. And they like I said, they left him alive to escape. So
because I assume he will probably be in the next season of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, because they did say that there's a season 4 coming. So
do you guys believe that, or did you guys ever hear that apparently this movie was supposed to be like a bridging gap for like a lot of other Star Wars stuff? Like there was like apparently a Grand Admiral Thrawn was going to be in it and blah blah blah, and none of that happened. Did you guys hear any of that?
I didn't hear anything about that. I kind of felt like they kept this movie close to the vest for this for the particular reason of why I said this movie was like a TV movie quality film. I don't think they had much faith in this film.
No, even the way the whole intro with the credits and everything, the credits to the intro of the movie, even that was lackluster. I was like, Jesus Christ, they didn't even try in that part.
The credits were a big bummer for sure. I would agree. I was very thrown off by that. It was almost like in the movie Aliens.
It was just like I just kind of sat there like Jesus, like I could have done a better job. I would have done it for free just to say I did.
Looks like someone's just like, you know, or kind of like Dune, where it's like it's explaining to you what's happening before you getting into it, but it wasn't the crawl. You know, it wasn't.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the crawl. I'm talking about like the starting credits with.
But
like,
they've never done that in Mandalorian, so that I didn't expect that.
No,
neither did
again,
I. Yeah,
but,
they didn't do it in Rogue One either.
They were trying to separate the show from the movie. So I've never been a big fan of them taking that away from other movies like Rogue One or Solo or whatever. But like for me, if it's going to be a movie, it should have a crawl. And to me, it has the crawl, and you don't show who's starring in it before it starts. That is.
Well, again, you got to look at it this way. With Rogue One was a whole other different Star Wars movie.
And I get that. I just like I know why they did it. I've heard all the different things. I just don't agree with it.
Yeah. Well, again, with Mando,
is part of Star Wars to me, at least as a movie.
But again, you're doing a lot of these spin-offs and other types of shows, so it's like if you did the crawl for every single one of them, after a while, people are gonna be like, "Really? Do we really need this?" Like you got like I understand their attempt to trying to like reinvigorate and try to do different things with the franchise because obviously, you know, something was not working. So it's like they had to try something.
To me, it's a little bit of fatigue, and it's also the people who are, you know, the new people coming up who are watching it. You know, we have to keep in mind, for those of us like myself who have grown up with it their whole lives, you guys have grown up with it your whole lives. A lot of my generation, the people before me, are dying off. And now the new generation that are supposed to be getting into it, they're more into the prequel trilogy than anything else. And it's not grabbing kids' attention the way it used to back in the day. I mean, dude, you could have fed me Star Wars for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I would have been a happy kid. But,
well, it's funny you mention that because when I was in the theater, this is how I know the film was lackluster. Every single kid in that theater was extremely distracted. There were these kids next to us that were sitting there talking the whole time, getting up, moving around, doing all this other stuff. They were not engaged at all. It got to the point where the teachers, like, because we went during a school trip, like the teachers had to get up and tell these kids to like sit down and shut the fuck up. Like,
but wait a minute. You just said you went as part of a school trip.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe not all the kids who were there really gave a shit about Star Wars in the first place.
No, a lot of them went because they liked they liked Star Wars stuff. They liked Mandalorian. They like my kids who are very casual Star Wars fans like the Mandalorian. These kids, they went because they had interest in it. Not necessarily Star Wars, but more Mandalorian. Because Mandalorian is a very popular show. But it's just like, but these kids were just not engaged with the film. It just did not interest them.
Well, I mean, this was the first Star Wars movie I brought my boys to together. And they're 9 and 6. And we also went with another friend whose kid just turned 7. And my youngest, he was more concerned about getting popcorn than he was watching the movie. But when we got home, he said he liked the movie. When he talked to other people, he said he liked the movie. News to me, he was squirmy and asked to go home about 5 times throughout the movie. But again, it's his attention span. He's not used to sitting down and watching a 2-hour, 20-minute plus 25 minutes of movie, you know, previews beforehand. It's just not what to do. But like,
the funny thing about that is
and had to have me buy him a tumbler and everything. So I was kind of like, whoa, what happened here? But I saw a lot of kids were very restless, and a lot of kids weren't finding the humor in it that funny.
So. Well, the thing was, you got to remember something. A lot of the kids that were in there were all teens. They weren't young like your kids' age. So they were like all like preteen and teens. Pretty much basically from 12 to fucking 16, 17. Like there were very few small children there. And the small children, ironically enough, were sitting there paying attention to it. But it's just, again, it's like the older kids were kind of just like, and a lot of them were wearing Star Wars shirts. They all like there was these other kids there. They were just like, he's like, dude, I could have just waited to watch this on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I also feel like that's something too, because okay, so the box office numbers have come through, and it actually did $1 million less than Solo did, which was before the worst Star Wars opening weekend of all time, and it was also before Memorial Day. But we're also not. I mean, how long ago did Solo come out? 12 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, but again, the thing is,
but again, 12 years ago, streaming was still not where it is today, and people were not. We weren't through the pandemic when Solo came out. It was a different time. People were still going to movies.
But
they were. The pandemic is when people started saying, well, I could just stay at home and wait for it to come out on digital.
Understood, but understand something. Solo was very different. Solo, everybody had a bad taste in their mouth from The Last Jedi, and it literally came out a couple of months after Last Jedi. So that hurt it badly.
No, and everyone who's anyone knows that, because real Star Wars fans love Solo.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much: Solo was more interesting than Mandalorian.
But again, Solo is telling you something different that you haven't seen in 3 seasons of a show. Well, 3.5 seasons if you count Book of Boba Fett, or even Ahsoka.
Fair.
Well, both of them had.
Mandalorian wasn't in Ahsoka.
Yeah, he was in Ahsoka, wasn't he?
No.
What was he in? What else was he in besides Book of Boba Fett? Or was it just Book of Boba Fett?
That's it.
Are you sure he wasn't in Ahsoka? I could have sworn he was in one episode.
Dude, I just did a full rewatch.
Okay.
I'm probably just mixing it up because she's in Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yeah, okay.
And the whole Yoda thing, and the whole Grogu.
Yeah, she's the one who reveals his name.
So
anyway,
well,
let me get to my point. My point being is that, like it was a different time, and you weren't seeing all the different things that happened to Solo. That was our first shot of him before A New Hope, and so there was hope that we were going to see a bunch of different adventures on the screen, but because it did so poorly, they pulled it. Not to mention the director changes. People were already panning it even without what was it, Last Jedi, that it came out right beforehand. They were panning it even before that because people didn't like the main actor in it. But again, 1,000 different things. But you talked to, Danny, do you like Solo?
Did a rewatch just recently, and I liked it the first time. Second time, I felt a little lackluster.
Caddy?
I like it. It gets a lot of shit for no reason. Like the film is a lot better than people say it is. Like for me, it's if it wasn't for Last Jedi, if they had waited maybe a year after Last Jedi, I think the film would have done a lot better.
Yeah, and I think it's sad that, because a lot of people point to Last Jedi, but Last Jedi really did kind of sink the ship for Star Wars. It was kind of the start, and then keep in mind, Mando brought it all back.
It did.
It totally did. And people, you talk to anybody, and they'll say they liked or they hated Ahsoka, they liked or hated Obi-Wan. Most people are the same with Skeleton Crew. They hated the Acolyte. Most people say they hated the Acolyte.
Well, I'll give the Acolyte this. They had very good fight scenes in it.
They did. That was what kept me interested in it, to be honest. I wasn't a big fan of the show by itself.
The story was turbo ass.
I agree.
But the fight scenes were great.
I don't really like all the witch stuff anyway. I don't really like that direction when they go that direction, but that's my own nitpick, and I know a lot of people are into that. But again, they're introducing us to so much stuff so much faster than we've ever gotten it before. It's only inevitable that we not have some sort of this isn't great or that's not great or whatever. There's going to be hits and misses, especially. The second I heard about all the shit they were planning on doing before The Force Awakens dropped, I'm like, oh God, there's no way this is all going to hit. And that was 20 some odd years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say the most exciting part about this movie was the beginning, and it was like freaking Mandalorian meets John Wick.
Listen,
the best part of the movie.
All the action, I thoroughly enjoyed all the action. So let's go through it quickly because we're already an hour.
Yeah.
But let's go through it kind of quickly. So we can all agree that the opening was not our favorite. We didn't really like how they put the wording across there.
I didn't mind it. I knew they were going to do something. The part I was talking about was the credits when they were introduced, giving the actors' names and stuff. That was
I did not like that. It's very un Star Wars, and it felt very awkward to me. And I'm like, and in true baiting, they baited me to go, wait a minute, Martin Scorsese's in this? I had no idea. And then I saw his name on the screen, and I'm like, wait, Martin Scorsese's in this? Isn't this the same guy you just bagged on all these like
Marvel films, yeah,
Star Wars films and popcorn flicks, and now he's in one? I'm like, what the fuck? And I spent like the first hour of the movie trying to figure out who he was playing.
I guess if you can't beat him, join him.
I did. You know what? I didn't even know he was in him. I didn't even pay attention.
He was the guy in the diner that closes the door on him.
Oh,
that's in Solo.
The alien guy, the little alien dude who runs the restaurant.
No, don't even talk about his name. No, when you go back and you think about it, you're like, oh, okay, he voiced that guy. That makes sense. They even kind of made his face look a little bit like him, which I thought.
For me, if I were to break it all down, the fight sequences were the beginning fight sequence was great. I kind of felt like the quality of the fight scenes dropped as you got more and more into the movie. And I kind of feel like a lot of the film was trying to lean on the cuteness factor of Grogu.
Oh, of course, 100%.
And I kind of felt like it was to the film's detriment.
That's their cash cow right there, or it was at one point. Back in when that TV show first came out, Jesus, everyone was obsessed with Baby Yoda.
Let me show you real quick. You keep talking. I'm just getting something I can.
Yeah, just everyone. My cousin, like, oh my god, I love Baby Yoda. Before his name was even revealed as Grogu.
That was I forgot the show. But Caddy was talking about his pickup from Goodwill. I found this in the stuffed animal bin for $4 at Goodwill.
Oh shit!
And it's funny because I put it on my I put it in my sunroof when I went to go pick up my kids through school, and like every freaking kid was like, and they were all like losing their minds. And even when I see them like at baseball and stuff, they're like, "Are you gonna put Baby Grogu back in your sunroof?" And I'm like, "Oh." But yeah. But anyway, yes, the kids still love him. The kids still love Grogu. It's not that. It's just keep in mind, when did this come out? 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
November of 2019.
It's been 7 years since we've had a Star Wars movie on film, and 7 years of The Mandalorian, and Grogu's in The Mandalorian have pretty much been carrying Star Wars on their back in that 7 years.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of weird, the progression of the show, because it's like everybody loved the first 2 seasons. Then we had Book of Boba Fett, which was Mandalorian season 2.5. Then we had season 3, which was the Bo-Katan Christ show. And everybody's like, well, you know what? They should just go back to basics. So it's like, I kind of felt like with this movie, they're kind of like, we heard you, we're going to go back to basics. But the problem with it is, it was just too basic.
I mean, listen, like let's break it down better. So the opening movie, we had pretty much all seen this, a lot of the stuff from the edit. We had seen those previews, all the big things from the previews, and it was great. That whole scene, everything about it, like just all of it was great. I think it's funny that fat guy that they announced was going to be coming out as a figure is one of the first guys captured and whatever, or killed or whatever.
Yeah, which is freaking hilarious because I'm like, this is so typical Star Wars.
I mean, when he was
that man's voice was just like, I cannot get, like, it just took me out of it. I'm all like, this guy just like, he doesn't feel like he belongs in Star Wars.
Remind me of that, because that's exactly how I felt about Rhoda. Rhoda the Hutt.
Oh, Rhoda. You mean Ratha?
Is it
Rhoda or Ratha?
Isn't Jabba's
Rhoda.
Is it Rhoda? I thought it was Rhoda.
Rhoda the Hutt, Rhoda
the Hutt. Yeah, Rhoda.
I mean, with him, that's fine, but it was that first beginning.
Oh God,
I was just like,
I understand why they did it in English, but like just the sound of his voice just didn't feel like it really went with the size of the person to me. Like that was one of the things about Jabba. Like Jabba had that very deep, like like
All right.
just because I've heard it so many times, like I just kind of imagine all that. But anyway, the whole opening scene is great. What the hell Sigourney Weaver is even in the movie for, outside of maybe just being, like, oh, here's a strong, powerful female person who's leading this,
Somebody just said it's all an easy paycheck for her.
I mean, literally. I mean, I don't really understand why she was needed in the movie. She didn't really do anything.
Right.
I mean, she basically took over for Carl Weathers.
Like for me, essentially, she was just like, it was just like her character in The Defenders. It's like, who are you?
Yeah,
What are you?
What's the point? I mean,
Like,
I don't know. I just like the whole time she's on there, I'm like, okay, what is she going to end up doing? Because why is she needed in this movie? Like, why are you dropping this major paycheck when nobody gives a shit?
Like you're killing your budget.
You could have literally put a no name in that role and been like, okay, tell him what his role is, tell him what he's going to be doing, tell him not to be so crazy, whatever. But then, like, I got to admit, like, I was kind of like, okay, so now he's back to being a bounty hunter. He takes the kid with him everywhere, which doesn't make a lot of sense as he's trying to protect him. But then he goes to, he's going to try to find him. And I kind of like that whole, it kind of reminded me of the Obi-Wan series where he's kind of like sneaking around, but he's in plain sight and he's walking around. He's trying to get clues. He's like doing his job, right? And you're kind of sitting behind the curtain and, okay, he got his Razor Crest back. Okay, great. So now we have something familiar. But then he goes and he talks to Martin Scorsese and all that, and he doesn't want to tell him about anything, whatever, and then figures out, this is really the Hutt. How he goes and sees him. You get to see him fighting a little bit. Even the scene where they tell him, yeah, we want you to go find Road to the Hutt and all that. Like, I thought it was cool seeing, like, as he goes into the palace and all that, seeing all the different huts and stuff coming out of the walls and like the different caverns and stuff, and just getting to see what they looked like moving around. Did you guys like that at all, or what was your feeling on that?
I mean, for me, like, it was just like, okay, we're gonna see the huts again. So it just, again, I kind of felt like this film suffers from the same problems as Marvel films. There are no real villainous threats in this. Like this, like, to me, this could have been done. This could have been a 2-episode arc in season 4.
And everybody's saying that. But the question is, did you enjoy it enough to see it in the theaters? Was it worth your while to see it in theaters?
I was not very engaged. I'll be honest with you. I was, like I told you, I was on my phone 80% of the time.
I was not on my phone, but the whole time I was like, this is exactly what I expected. Like,
I mean, my hardest thing was trying to keep my kids from, like, because my kids are young and they want to, like, cuddle with you and lay on you, and while you got to go home, or wanting to, mad at me because I won't get him popcorn, so now he wants to go home. It's all that kind of shit. But I enjoyed going to see it in the theater, and there's people all the time that go to see, like, is somebody typing something?
No, that was me. Sorry.
There are people all the time that go to, like, they go to see the last episode of, like, The Boys, or they went to see the last episode of Stranger Things or whatever on the big screen. And to me, there is kind of a different feel about that.
I never understood that. I felt like that was stupid. It's like, why?
I feel like it's a different beast. And for me, being in a movie theater, because I'm not a jackass, I don't, like, pick up my phone outside of, like, if I get, like, a buzz, just to make sure it's not my wife saying, like, hey, something's wrong, blah, blah, kind of thing. But, like, I don't sit there and be like, oh, and whatever. But it's more, I kind of side peek to make sure whoever's texting me isn't, like, my wife saying, like, hey, something's wrong or whatever. But the point being is, like, I like kind of going to the theater mainly because I'm going to have good sound, good visual, and I'm not going to be as prone to get on my phone. When I'm at home, I find myself going to my phone more often than not, and I feel like I miss a lot of stuff.
Well, this is
That's
this is
kind
my
of about Shadow Lord. Like I love Maul, but like I'm watching it, and a lot of times I'm picking up my phone because I'm like, okay, he's giving another lecture.
this is my litmus test on films in the theater. If I'm on my phone for most of it, that's how I know like the film didn't interest me at all. Now, if I'm like not on my phone, not touching it, not even looking at it, ignoring every second of it, that's how I know the film has me engaged and interested. Like I saw Obsession, the new horror movie that came out.
Yeah,
Very good film.
that's getting good reviews too.
You really got to go see it. I was not on my phone the whole time, like watching it. It was just that movie was just that messed up, but it was messed up in a good way. So again, it all depends on your, again, like you said, everybody's gonna enjoy the movie the way differently. Like me, at the end of the day, I know I'm nitpicking on a lot of stuff on the film, but at the end of the day, I enjoyed it for what it was. It's just I felt like this didn't feel like a movie to me.
That's fair. Here's my question though. What would have made it feel more like a movie? Is it just the plot? Is it the scope of things? Because I felt like it was full of action. I felt like it was.
Well, that was the thing.
The whole story seemed to be a giant setup of like, hey, the old have taken care of it, have brought up the young. Now the young have to take care of the old. I felt like it was a very old school storytelling of like, hey, don't forget. Eventually the young have to take care of the old.
Well, my thing is, I saw those themes, and like I said, I kind of felt like.
Hold on, because I wanted to finish, but I kind of lost my. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but the other part of it being, you don't have to follow in your parents' footsteps. Like just because your dad was a jagoff doesn't mean you have to be a jagoff, kind of.
But that's it. But that's the part I found refreshing about Ratha what is it? Rhoda. Rhoda. That's what I found refreshing about Rhoda. I actually liked the character. I thought like him speaking English, him fighting, him not being an asshole, like he's very, very different in contrast to Jabba, who's a fucking piece of shit, and his freaking aunt and uncle are fucking assholes. So it's like again, they didn't feel like actual threats. They were just like, oh, these fucking douchebags. Like they were literally begging Mando not to kill him, and Mando was like, "Oh, you saw my face." If it wasn't for what's his face fighting him, like for me, like the whole scope of the film, like I understand they wanted to go back to basics, but again, when the movie feels like TV movie quality, I just kind of lost interest in it. So it's like the beginning sequence felt like an actual film. Like an actual like theatrical blockbuster film. Like the way they went out with that was like spectacular, but it's just like every subsequent fight sequence after that. Like for me, them fighting in the pit with all those monsters, I'm like, oh look, Attack of the Clones again, yay! So it's like, but with shittier quality. So it's like
that was total fan service though. The whole pit fight with it was the what do they call it, the Dajek table or whatever from the Falcon.
Yeah, the fan service part, yes, very fan servicey, but at the same time it's just like I felt like it hurt it.
You know what one of my favorite things about it was though? The Imperials were all human, like your typical
right.
But there was tons of aliens in
this. Right.
And that's something I feel like all the shows that they've been putting out have been very lackluster on. Like when they show an alien, it's like it's a human who's green. It's a human that's purple. It's a human that's wearing the Ahsoka thing.
They use practical effects.
Exactly, and I thought it was great. All the different aliens and stuff. And granted, there was plenty of CGI in it.
Right.
But the mix of the two I thought worked really well with it, and it was nice to see. You were not on Earth. You were in space on different planets seeing aliens, and it's something that I loved about Star Wars, the original Star Wars, and New Hope as they call it now.
And let me ask you guys something about before they went into the pit fight, when he came into the planet, did the background not remind you of like New York and Chicago? Totally. Like when you're like deep in the city?
I thought I was watching Gotham City for a minute.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
like you said when we were talking about what we were going to talk about in our chat, there are a lot of things to nitpick. But at the end of the day, I kept asking myself, because I did leave there going, I had a really hard time. It was like I've had a really hard time with this in the Phantom Menace, both of which like I hyped it up in my head so much that I almost set it up to be a failure because you have so many expectations. It's hard for it not to fall short. But like I walked out of there going, so did I really like it or not? And the first thing I did is I look at my buddy and I asked the kids, and I'm like, so did you like it? Yeah, I loved it. Did you like it? Yeah, it was cool. Did you like it? Yeah, I liked it. Okay. And then I go to my buddy. I'm like, well, did you like it? He was like, I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm like, okay. Fair enough. Like, it was fun.
like I asked my kids, what did they think of it? And they're like, eh. They're like, it was okay.
As a Star Wars fan, there's a big part of me that wanted to see it do really well so we get more things and better things and whatever else.
I wanted it to
I feel like this is going to be a dud in the box office, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's not. No,
like this film, like if this film were to be successful, it should have already made double its budget back already.
And I'm in agreement with you, but usually these movies do well the first or second week and then have a huge drop off. I feel like because listen, the critics score is in the 60s, which is like a good critic score, but like the fan score is like through the roof. Like fans are enjoying it.
Well, let me tell you something. Going back to Obsession, let me tell you something. Every time I've gone to see that movie, I've seen it twice. And every time I've gone to see it, the theater was packed. And this film has been out for weeks.
Which movie is this?
Obsession.
That movie is getting a lot of buzz. It really is.
And the buzz is the hype on this is real. I'm just telling you.
No. Horror movies, dude. The last 20 years, horror movies have made a huge jump, and deservingly so. But keep in mind, and not to get into a tangent and off subject, but like horror movies for a long time was the same fucking 3 to 4 different things for a long fucking time. So to see bringing out new original things, I mean, that's why Final Destination I felt like did so good because it was finally something different. I mean,
it is. Well, each film was something different, and that's what made it successful and consistent the whole time.
Yeah,
it's like watching an anthology film.
It's like, come on, we've had how many Nightmare on Elm Streets, how many Jasons, how many Halloweens. But anyway, to not get off tangent, but I mean, but that's an original movie that hit the right chord with people. You know what I mean? Like Mando is just more of the recycled same shit that you've seen for the last 8 years, 9 years. It really. But
again, Mando is popular. Like it's very popular. Like, is there fatigue? I'm guessing most likely the case.
Listen, for me, the opening scene, like Danny said, the opening scene is like John Wick. It's phenomenal. It's Mando as John Wick, which is what the first series of the show was. I like the scene where they push Mando into, the arena and he ends up fighting, like the chess table on the Falcon. I'm saying that because I don't know the name of the table.
Right.
And like the scene that you guys still don't know, but with like these guys, oh shit. Yeah. With these guys,
right?
These are Armanamans. Okay, his name is Armanaman, and the Hutt say send in the Armenians or whatever they call them, something like that. They didn't say Armenians, but they said like Armenians because they're Armanamans.
Okay.
And these guys were like biting at. They were like swimming around when they.
Yes, those things. Okay, yeah, it was very dark in that scene.
Yeah, but they come back again. And you always wondered, like, who was this guy in the background of Jabba? Like, a lot of the Jabba's guys, you're like, who are these guys? That made 100% sense that they showed up and were, like, gnawing on him, and they couldn't bite his head off because he was wearing the armor and whatever else. But, like, they used a bunch of them and used them as, like, Jabba dungeon dwellers kind of guys. And I thought it was so much fun, and it was the right kind of nod for an old asshole like me who was like, oh, there are Manamans. That's fucking awesome. And, we had the snake, which was another thing that's been used several times in several different movies.
You mean that giant snake thing? Yeah, that was like, could you imagine if they did a HasLab of that thing?
It wouldn't surprise me the least bit if they tried. But literally, I mean, there was a lot of, like, even the scenes where, like, Grogu's not actually taking off with the Endrellans. he's staying by. Oh, excuse me. You know he's gonna stay behind and take care of, Din. And it's like it was sweet and enduring. And I actually really like the scene where they show him making like the Yoda hut. Like
Right.
he's, it's like his almost like him making like a spider web or something. Like he just knows how to do that. And then when he's trying to push Din in, he keeps hitting him, and you keep hearing like the ding against the helmet and stuff. I just thought that was funny.
Well, it's just like I said again. I kind of felt like the film leaned too much on Grogu's cuteness.
Well, it did. And again, I'm not taking away from that. I'm just going over the things that I liked about it.
Mm-hmm.
The ending was very bland to me.
Yes.
Like, I actually liked the Jabba's fighting and stuff like that, and breaking through their own, drop door and stuff like that. I kind of liked all that, and then eventually getting eaten. I liked Din, the Mandalorian fighting the Embo guy or whatever his name is. I liked that guy as a character. I get your point. It's valid. But I liked him. I just liked another badass, listen, if it was 3 years ago, it probably would have been Cad Bane again. And listen, I like Cad Bane, but he was overused to death.
Yes, I do agree with you on that one.
Intended. But I feel like that's a mistake they make with all these big bounty hunters. They
use them, yes. Like again, and I kind of feel like that. I kind of feel like they're like, hey, just let's put in some no-name bounty hunter, some badass no-name bounty hunter that's not Cad Bane, and people won't notice. But the thing was, I noticed. I'm like, at first I thought, I'm like, oh look, a Cad Bane clone, yay.
I mean, I didn't know what to make of the guy. I just thought he looked cool.
He's literally Cad Bane with a dog.
Okay, well,
doesn't speak.
That might be true, but you never really see his face all that well. And even in the toy, he doesn't look like Cad Bane in the toy.
It's not that I'm saying he looks like Cad Bane, but I'm talking more.
I get what you're saying.
I'm talking about the archetype.
Yeah, he's very mysterious, and
right, and it's like he's a badass, and it's like, but then again, if we're gonna talk about archetypes, he pretty much every bounty hunter fits that mold.
Yeah.
So it's like essentially, it's like, oh, they're a badass character who lasts. But I will give them this: at least he didn't get his ass kicked in like 20 seconds, like all the other badass. Similar to Cad Bane in this point. I
mean, what I liked about it is that they didn't kill him off. They left. They made it where he was able to escape, and so he can still be a threat down the road. I always like that archetype better than when they just kill somebody off. I mean,
I kind of feel like there's going to be I kind of feel like
because they were worried he was going to be another Maul character. Everybody would fall in love with him, and then they'd be like, "Oh shit, we killed him off too soon."
I kind of feel like he's going to be a rival to the Mandalorian in the next season.
Sure, I have a feeling showing up in like games and stuff where it's like fighting games and that kind of
stuff. But the one thing, if they do this will piss me off. If they fucking make this guy an anti-hero and they end up teaming up to fight a common enemy, I will be so fucking pissed.
You say that, but you're saying it because they so commonly and often do it.
Yeah, and I think it'll come off the strength of the popularity of this guy's character from this movie.
Listen, overall, do you think it was worth them doing? I don't know what happened to Danny. He just kind of disappeared, but
honestly, I kind of felt like this really needed more effort. I think this needed more time to cook. I think it's very. Again, I enjoyed it for what it was, but again, the film felt very undercooked to me.
Yep, same here.
Okay, and that's fair. I'm totally fine with those thoughts because again, I didn't know how to feel about it. Like when I walked out of Revenge of the Sith, I walked out of there going, "That was fucking amazing."
Yep, yeah. And here's the thing. I didn't feel that way for Phantom Menace. I loved Attack of the Clones when it came out. I was like, wow.
Fun. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was fun, more fun than the first one. The first one was a snooze fest up until
the last
fight scene.
I liked it because it went in the step in the right direction. It had a lot of better elements compared to. And I know a lot of people rip on Attack of the Clones, but I'm like, for me, the film was kind of like the building block to Revenge of the Sith. It's like Attack of the Clones had to walk so Revenge of the Sith could fly.
And it's the same with Phantom Menace. I mean, listen, there was so much hype for Star Wars to come back. There was no matter what they did, it wasn't going to make me happy at the end of the day.
I think a lot of people felt that way.
Well, and now that I go back and watch it, I like it a lot more than I did before, but it's still very
long and tedious. It's a slog.
Yes, but it's all vital to getting us to the story that we're looking at. And again, I've heard many people say it. Could they have made Anakin a little bit older so he wasn't like, so young? Yes.
Yeah.
I think it would have worked out better that way. But
whatever. Yeah, I kind of felt like they miscast Anakin in the first film. Like for me, I kind of like when I didn't try to fall into the like bandwagon of Hayden Christensen was a terrible Anakin. I'm like, he's not bad. Like if you've seen him in other films.
You and I have had this conversation many times. It's not the actors. It's when even Natalie Portman seems very dry and not good, it tells you that it's the writing and it's not the actors.
Yeah, because Natalie Portman is an amazing actor.
She's a phenomenal actress, and she always has been. And I've never seen anything other than Star Wars where I thought she was very dry and just like didn't seem like herself.
It's like when you see her in Heat, she's not in the film very long, but her parts had an impact in it.
Yep. Same with the professional, even though she is in it a lot. The professional, she's phenomenal.
Yeah, and like
in that movie. I mean, all her stuff, Black Swan, all of it. I mean, she's an actress. And again, George Lucas does not write great dialogue, and
he doesn't. That's true.
100% relevant when you watch anything that he actually writes 100% himself. So,
but if you look at it compared to the sequel trilogy, it's kind of like you start to learn to appreciate the bad writing more.
I mean, only because to me, it's only because it feels comfortable.
Right.
I mean, that's literally all. Because I mean, dude, when was the last time you turned on Return of the Jedi and watched the scene where Luke tells Leia that they're brother sister? If you want an example of terrible writing and bad direction, turn that scene on and you'll be like, God, this is terrible. It's so like wonky and terrible and just, I mean, you're just like, good God, like who said, yeah, go ahead. That's a wrap on that. Like it's
you're not wrong on that.
It's brutal. But anyway,
should we talk about Maul Shadowlord, by the way?
I think we're kind of pushing the limit, so maybe we should try to save it for next time. What do you guys think? I mean, it's already almost 10 o'clock. It's your call. If you guys want to try to keep going.
I think we should just get it. I think we should just talk about it.
All right. Go ahead. You guys lead it off. I've been going crazy on this one.
Well, I definitely enjoyed that show. Like I said, I think by some of the best scenes were the Vader scenes. And Vader did not have a single line in that freaking TV show. But God, was he the most intimidating part. And I loved all the action scenes and everything. Like, definitely something I'm going to rewatch very soon. And I'm wondering if Devin will become, what's her name? Darth Talis? I think it was Darth Talis.
Darth Talon.
Thank you, Darth Talon. Jesus Christ. So I'm hoping she will become Darth Talon. So I'm excited for that for the next season.
Sell that figure right now.
What'd you say?
I should try to sell that figure right now.
You have a Darth Talon?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Black Series or Vintage Collection?
Oh, it's vintage. I don't think they made her Black Series. I have her Vintage Collection, but I don't have her original saber. I just have a red saber with her.
So I was very on the fence about the show. I'm not gonna lie, because the thing is, I wasn't a big fan of like Darth Maul being, you know, the whole in his gangster phase. But after watching the show, I was like, you know what? This convinced me. I'm I got more of an appreciation of Maul, because the thing is, he's not exactly an anti-hero, but like he just does just enough to kind of like serve his own needs and use people for his own purposes and to like achieve all his goals and machinations. And it's just like, you see him, and it's just like, okay, you know what? This show, the story, the plot, the character development, it's like you really care for all these characters. Even Devin, who I'm not a big fan of. I'm like, yo, you're just like a whiny, angsty teenager. Like, you're so annoying. You're like one of my children. And it's just like, but then towards the end, when she watches her master like perish at the hands of Vader, and the funny thing is, and she's so blinded by anger and rage that she doesn't realize that, yo, Maul fucked that man over. He literally did it on purpose. That just goes to show you how villainous, but charming at the same time, that Maul is. So it just kind of like, I kind of felt like, you know what? This show was very much worth watching. I was very glad that I got to see it.
But that's the thing. It seems like the animations keeps on killing it for Star Wars, but the live action.
And the thing is, I hate that animation style, but I did not even care.
Honestly,
that's how good the story was.
I thought it was beautiful. And I know you're a man of art, so I mean, I know you like your art just like me, especially with, you know, comic book style kind of things. I love the way the visual effects of the saber and all that swinging through the air. I thought it was
that really was good. That part was good. I'll give you that. I just don't like the animation style of the characters because it kind of reminds me of that like early seasons of Clone Wars where they used the whole like
it's very much all the bodies
Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory type animation.
Everyone's very thin. Everything's very geometrical.
Yeah. So it's like, but the thing was, I didn't even care. The story was so good that it's like I literally breezed through that entire show in a couple of hours.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to finish it just because I was trying to finish so many other things, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously, Sam Witwer's the voice of Maul, so I'm already a little partial to it, but he does a phenomenal job. And he knows all the different. I mean, the guy literally sits down and talks with Lucas about Star Wars, so he knows his shit.
And no, it's not that he does it. Again, the voice actor is really phenomenal.
Well, again, I think because of all that, it makes him that much better at the job. And at first, I really didn't jump on with his portrayal of Maul in the cartoon stuff that I had seen, but the more I heard it, the more I felt more comfortable with it. And again, I'm critiquing a guy I used to be close to, not close, but you know, like friendly with. So it's just like, I don't know.
You know who I hated the most though? Fucking Two Boots. He's such a fucking piece of shit.
I like Two Boots though.
He's an idiot.
I like the whole purpose of Two Boots. It just made sense.
Two Boots is a treacherous piece of shit. I'm like, you're the real villain of this fucking show, asshole.
But you nailed it. That's the whole point. I mean, there's always like a Jar Jar or a Two Boots or somebody.
You know what he reminds me of? The androids from Aliens.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. I think that was kind of the whole point, in my opinion.
It's like, why does Disney continuously make the androids the fucking villains in all their shit?
I guess we'll find out over the course of the next 10 to 20 years, won't we?
Yeah, right? Yeah, fucking hell, man.
You could already order, I think it's from Japan, a fucking a soccer playing robot for your kid to practice with. So if that doesn't make your fucking back of your, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, I don't know what would, but.
I mean, they're already selling those fucking sex dolls. It's like Ghost in the Shell all over again.
You know what tells me a lot when I hear that two of the least important things to young adults is beer and sex, and I just go, okay, it's over. You can tell me just about anything. Beer I can handle, but when you tell me beer and sex are not important to young kids, that tells me everything.
Did you not see the teen pregnancy rates? They're almost non-existent.
I mean, it's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, it's like, wait, people aren't fucking? That can't be a good thing.
No, yeah, but you know what? It's just... I mean,
VD's going to go down pretty good, but...
Yeah, I mean, again, you know what? As someone who has daughters, I'm just kind of like, I'm happy about it, but I'm worried at the same time.
As a guy who has fathers, you're constantly worried about, oh shit, don't knock
Yeah.
anybody up. But
It's like, again, it's like one of my worst nightmares was like, I hope I don't end up on 16 and pregnant.
Oh my God.
I'm like, it's
hey,
like,
you know what? It might be hard to hear, but that's reality. I mean, that's just reality. That's what a real father is thinking. Like that's really what's going through your head, because you don't want that for your kids. It's so you worry.
yeah, you don't want them to have kids when they're young, because it's like by the time they're 40, their kids will be grown ass adults.
My wife brings that up to me all the time. She's like, if we had a kid when we first met, if we had an oopsie or something like that, you'd be having a beer with him right now. I'm like, well, no, I wouldn't be having a beer because I don't drink anymore. And apparently either do they. But I get your point. It's like a weird thing for me to think about. But anyway.
Well, yeah, it's like my
Real quick, we can all agree that we liked Mandalorian, but didn't feel it needed to be on the big screen. And
yeah.
that we liked Maul, and it's a nice supplement for Disney Plus.
Definitely.
Yeah, that I can't wait for season 2 if they ever make one.
I mean, I definitely think there's room to, but at the same time, there's so many different things that Maul has popped in on. I don't really know how exactly they're going to do it. But even if it's a one-off, it was a great show, I have to admit. So
yeah, it's just, but the thing is, watching that show makes me feel even more sadder on the way he died in Rebels.
Yes, but it was cool the way he died. The way Obi-Wan killed him in Rebels was spoilers.
And that's the thing, and that's the other thing. I'm shocked that he doesn't like curse Obi-Wan's name more in the show.
Well, that was the whole point. That was the whole point of why he takes off when he realizes that he's still around. He didn't realize he was still alive. He thought he got killed off in Order 66.
Okay, you know what? I completely forgot about that. You're right.
And he's like, I can feel him. It's like he's pulling me closer to him. And, he's very Shakespearean about it. And, it's very like, now that I know he's there, I have to face him. Kind of like Luke had to face Vader. So,
and that's the thing with the Obi-Wan show that I kind of felt like they kind of dropped the ball on, is the fight between him and Vader. You hype this up to be like this ultimate kind of fight, but then it was just kind of like that was it.
I like the fight with Vader. The two things I had the biggest problems with is when they act like he can't get past the fire, for one.
Right.
And that was in the earlier fight. But in number 2, the whole rock, dropping all the rocks down. It's like, come on, give me a fucking break. It was the rock thing should have never been in there at all.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things with me about that fight. That's why I kind of felt like it ruined the entire sequence for me.
Like if they were trying to throw the rocks at each other using the Force, and it had been like, okay, he slices a couple in half or knocks a couple away, and then they push together and they kind of explode outwards, in between them, fine. But burying him under a bunch of rocks, but then because he finds the Force finally, he's able to free himself. Dude, you would have been fucking crushed. Like, you're not surviving that, especially when you can't even use the Force at the moment.
But that's the thing. It was like with Obi-Wan, it's kind of like his survivor's guilt. Like, I kind of felt like it was very contrast to his character. Like, Obi-Wan is like a true follower of the Force. Like, for him, it would have been like, you know what? He's alive, but you know what? It is what it is. Like, I can't dwell on that shit. Like, time to move on. And that's how I felt like Obi-Wan's character is. Like, you've seen it in the trilogy, all throughout the trilogy. And then it's like when you get to Obi-Wan, it's like, oh, woe is me, all this other stuff. I'm so depressed and sad, blah, blah.
You used to be top of the food chain as far as people go. You were a Jedi. You were the shit. And you had everything going for you. You had achieved this great thing of becoming a Jedi. Now everyone you know and love is dead. And all you can do is sit back and try to protect somebody that his family doesn't even want you to protect. So that part of it, I feel like I understood that better than other people did, because I've heard a lot of people complain about the same way you have. And
the whole point of
that's kind of a good point. Like, that's why he's so broken. That's exactly why he's broken. Now you went from running around the galaxy saving people and being a hero to being some schmuck who's cutting up like essentially sandfish, if you want to call it that. I don't know what the fuck that thing really was, but you're basically cutting up some giant beast, you know, and being treated like shit. And you're only there because you have to watch over the future hope of the galaxy for the next 20 years.
Like, I would believe that if he was, I would believe that if he was disillusioned with the entire Jedi religion. But from everything I've seen in the show, it doesn't seem like that.
No, he has to hide the fact that he can use the Force so he doesn't get picked up on by the people hunting for Jedi survivors.
But I'm not talking about his Force powers. I'm talking about the Jedi religion, the core values, like everything about it. So it like that the core principles of the Jedi, right? Because they don't see, like they always say, Siths deal with absolutes, right? Everything with the Jedi is like very Zen-like, right?
Well, let me ask you this though. I'm not saying you, but like keep in mind, if everything you knew and everything you had learned was a certain way, and then suddenly it was all destroyed, and now you really have no one to help teach you or get you past the things, because we're all always learning. You know, with anything we do, no matter how good we are at something, there's always a learning curve and a learning process. And if suddenly none of that exists, say tomorrow we wake up and toys are abolished and we can't have toys anymore, does that mean we don't care about it anymore? Or does that just mean we have nothing more we can get from it at the moment? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you see, you're comparing apples to oranges, because again,
I kind of am, but at the same time, it's like I feel like he's in a position where there's nothing more he can do, and it's like, what's left to really do? So is it just I'm just here to make sure that this kid becomes 20 something, and then hopefully one day I can teach him how the ways of the Force, even though I haven't been using them for 20 years? Or is it, you know, like, has he really been gone, you know, have like,
but the thing is, it like his art
it happened that it doesn't, like, that he's having a hard time keeping it all together. And that's really where I feel like he got, where it's like so much was gone, it made him hard for him to stay focused on where he needed to be. I mean, he was alone.
But but again, like I said, I would believe it if he was genuinely felt like his feelings of disillusionment were more there. It kind of just felt like I kind of just felt like it's a guy who has PTSD and is going through survivor's guilt.
Of course, he has PTSD.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he feels it's his fault why the whole galaxy, like his whole Jedi group of, you know, people were killed because he failed with Anakin. How would you not have survivor guilt? It was your apprentice that betrayed and helped destroy the Jedi.
Not to mention, Dooku literally tipped him off and said, "Hey, what if I told you that the Supreme Chancellor is actually a Sith Lord?" He's like, "Oh, that's not true." He literally was told the truth, and he still didn't do shit about it.
It's true.
I mean, if you put it from that perspective, I believe that. It's just my only thing was I just wish that
Danny made a very good point.
I just kind of wish that his disillusionment with the Jedi religion was explored more in it.
I think there's a lot of things where they.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt like the show was too short, and it went through things too quickly to explore it more, and that was my biggest problem with the show.
I would agree.
And I also felt like, again, it had that same syndrome of the villains were not much of a threat except for Vader.
I felt they were a threat. The way they were killing people and stuff, you know, Jedis were finding, they hang that one guy up and whatnot. I felt like they were definitely a threat.
But what was her face? I kind of felt like she was a terrible villain.
I don't know. I kind of liked that whole thing where, like, they incorporated the fact that she was one of the younglings that escaped, or at least, you know, they thought they killed her, but she stayed alive. I didn't like the fact that Vader still knew who she was. It was kind of like, well, why wouldn't you have just killed her off if you knew? Like,
well, that's the thing that was so stupid to me. It's like you survived Order 66, so your grand scheme was to join the Empire. Like, that makes no sense.
It's the same reason why Jewish people joined the German army. to keep themselves from getting killed. I mean, it's literally the same thing. And you know that most of the Empire comes from, most of the thoughts of the Empire come from World War II Germany, World War I Germany, German soldiers. So that made sense to me. I don't know, just to me. Maybe you don't see it that way, but
Well, maybe I don't see it that way. I'm just like, for me, it was just like, you used to be a Jedi, and you
wasn't a Jedi. She was a youngling.
you were a Jedi in training, and then it's like all of a sudden you survived. It's like, if it were me, I'd be trying to I'd be trying to hide like Devin and Docky were doing.
Oh, but the whole point of her character was she was doing what she was doing with the hope to eventually be able to, get revenge on Vader for what he did. And when she finally gets her chance, she fails miserably, like most people.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. She did get her ass handed to her.
That was the whole reason why she had done all that she had done. Like, she knew she was fucked, that the Jedi were done. She was a kid when it happened. I mean, imagine how you'd be.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just kind of felt like she could have had more of a, like, everything she did. I kind of felt like she should have had more of a purpose. Like, okay, like if you were secretly helping Obi-Wan escape and doing all the other stuff, then I'd be like, you know what? She's actually a good character. But it was for naught, because after she got her ass handed to her by Vader, all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to kill Obi-Wan and the kid."
Well, no, I'm gonna go after his kid because she found out kid.
Yeah.
Rather than go and tell him and try to win back his favor, it was, I'm gonna go kill his kid.
Which to me is stupid, because it's like, if anything, you would have burned Vader's biscuits more if you helped the kid instead of tried to kill him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because again, it's like, again, like I said, there were a lot of things with Obi-Wan that I didn't like more than I liked.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't be able to help him. That's not the way the story goes. You know what I mean? I mean, she wasn't a character, so there was no way that was going to happen.
I mean, still.
I don't know. I really did not hate Obi-Wan as much as everybody else. I really didn't. My only nitpicks were the two things, and it's like,
it's not that I hated it. It's just, again, like the Mando movie. Going back to the Mando movie, it's just like there could have been more.
I'm just saying, for me, like, it didn't bother me as much as a lot of other people it did, and
right.
A lot of people really did not like. I mean, a lot of the people I talked to in my circle did not like it, and they bag on it a bunch. But for me, I found it enjoyable and was happy I got to watch it. So,
yeah,
it was kind of like, I did actually like the scene where Obi-Wan is like trying to like move around like a Jedi and stuff, and like tumble and stuff like this, and he was like, "Oh God, that hurts a lot more than I remember," and it's like, yeah, because you haven't been doing it for the last 15 years. What do you?
You're like, you're rusty.
Yeah, like how old's Luke supposed to be there? Like 10 or 12? Like, yeah, you haven't been doing that shit for 12 years. What do you, and you're older. So, yeah.
And if I remember correctly, A New Hope is set how many years after Revenge of the Sith? Was it 30? 20 or 30 years?
They're born and they're like supposed to be like 19 years old, aren't they? Well, at least.
Yeah.
So
about
years.
20 years.
Yeah.
So then Obi-Wan had to have been set like 10 years after Revenge of the Sith then, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So he would have been probably like in his 50s. Because as a Jedi Master, he was like in his 40s. At least that's what you're made to believe, even though he looks like he's, which he was, in like his 30s. But still, somewhere mid 30s, mid 40s is when it takes. Because, I mean, all of a sudden he's 80 in A New Hope.
Right.
Whatever. I mean, there's not much you can do there, but you get the point.
Right.
Mind, people looked older back then too. In the 70s, older people looked, people in their 60s looked like they were 90.
Right. So, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
We're about to put Danny to sleep, so maybe we should call it.
Yeah, right.
He's literally like trying to hold his head up there and stay with us, but he looks pretty tired.
Looks like he's about to fall off his chair.
Well, I mean, I freaking literally deep cleaned my entire bedroom, so there's like no dust in here basically. So the last 2 days, that's what I've been doing.
Just so you can put up that beautiful backdrop.
Just for that, buddy. Did it all for you.
Don't do it for me. Do it for you. It looks great, though. It's nice to have
Oh,
something to look at.
I'm going to take it down, and you're just going to see a bunch of crap there next time.
Okay, if that's what you want. I have a feeling if you take it down, I'm going to see a bunch of like Playboy pinups and stuff back there.
No,
It's going to be
definitely not.
it's
I'm
gonna
more
be
of I'm more of a penthouse guy. You know.
it's going to be like the Happy Gilmore closet where or Billy Madison closet where he opens up the door and it's like making all the sex noises and stuff. He's like, "Oh, that came with the tent."
Jesus Christ. All right, guys.
Gentlemen, it's been fun talking Star Wars and doing all our usual rants.
Yeah.
As always, I'm Brian. You can find me at Make Mine Marvel Legends.
I'm Danny. Papa Gucci's on Instagram.
And how about go fuck
Go
yourself?
fuck yourself with cocaine 718. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
We are This Week in Geek. Thanks for joining us tonight. Until next time, join us again every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock until Danny finally tells us when we're moving to Monday. And
Yeah, I'm going to talk to him this week. That was my bad.
no worries, man. I'm just busting your butt. But yeah, thank you as always for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our discussion on Grogu and Maul Shadow Lords and all that stuff. So thank you, and we'll see you again next week on This Week
in Geek or Twig.
Later, all. Have a good night.
Later.
And we are a wrap.